Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
What's up? What's up? What's up? We're live. Oh,
What's up?
look at the beach wanting to mute today's show. Mute the show. Hey, we were actually pretty much on time this time. Did you see that?
Yeah, yeah.
Nookie says that I can't. I'll be late to my own funeral. Look at there. Not today. Not today, Satan. Not today. So hey to everybody. I've thrown people up to see that people been posting over in the side chat. So throwing their names in there because sometimes it gets to be a bit on naming everybody, but we certainly appreciate everybody that comes in and to join us live because it's always taking time out of their busy day to join us live. It's always an honor to have people with us. So yes, it's beer 30.
Definitely.
So grab your cold beverages and let's
Flex,
get
flex.
rolling. So how you doing, Alvin? What's up with you?
I'm good. I'm good. Hanging in there. Just upset of watching things in the world today. It's just things are just getting crazy out there.
What
I'm
happened in the
glad I
world
stay
today? Did
in.
I miss something? Did I miss
Well,
something today?
well, like the thing there yesterday with the from your old neck of the woods, the basketball. You know, I just can't understand it. Just let me just everyone wants to just shoot everyone.
The hell, now
You
you're gonna
know,
have to make me do some damn searching because, to be honest,
are you kidding me?
no, I don't watch the news. Really,
Oh, that's right. And plus, you're up there. You're up
yeah.
there. You don't. You're in Canada. Canada people don't
Yeah,
do like here, but
there's no shooting. Nobody getting shot up around here.
yeah, in North Kakalaki, man. They
Really?
yeah. The,
Holy
the,
shit!
the basketball kids were playing basketball, I guess, and the ball went into the neighbor's yard, and then he shot everyone, and he was shooting everyone.
Holy shit!
Didn't kill anyone, I
Wow!
don't think, but yeah, just like come on.
Wow!
The father's in the hospital. Yeah, it's crazy. People are nuts. Get along. Done with this shit. You know.
Yeah. Hey, we all
You
the
know.
same. It's like, yeah, we are all the same. I mean, it's
Oh man.
people get more hateful every fucking day. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly,
I get it,
your
man.
life is a whole lot better when you don't watch a lot of the news. It
I
really
know.
is.
I normally don't. I normally don't, but this. It caught me. It
Well,
caught me,
well, I'll watch. I
and
will
then I
definitely
said,
watch
okay,
it.
well let me see it on the news, and then I see eight other things that are going. I'm like, what in the hell? I'm just going back to Plex. I don't record the news on Plex. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, shooting in North Carolina, basketball rolls into a yard. Gaston County. Oh yeah.
You know where that is?
Wow, yeah. That's out down near Charlotte, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
over towards Charlotte.
Hmm.
So, yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, man.
Whew. All right, well, yeah, you don't say. Actually, I had a student today talking about. We were talking about because it was in civics class. He was talking about the difference between the U.S. and Canada, back and forth, and
Hmm.
because they all know I'm American, so he
Right.
says, the one difference here, he says, kids, when they come to school, don't have to worry about dodging bullets. He says, you're trying to turn in your paper and you're like, hey, ho, wait, I'm dodging bullets. And I'm laughing. I was like, I said, that's sad that it's kind of true in a little way, but making fun of it.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's you don't see that in the news. It's just, I mean, there are people shot in this country, of course, but it's not
Yeah.
at the number that you would
Hmm.
find in the states. So it's so enough of the
Yeah.
negative sadness because
Negative.
we
Yep.
already
Yeah.
you're already gonna
Let's
you're
go with
gonna
some
bring up
happy stuff.
you're gonna always bring up some stuff that you always
Yeah.
point out some stuff where somebody's bills went up. And
Yeah.
I see Eddie talked about Plex beer time. So yeah, we got our
Yep.
I'm two fisting today. So
Oh
so I'm ready. So
boy.
let's go ahead and get corrected. Hey, Honey Bee and Mazel, Heavy Metal, they all jumped in here. Peter Hellman jumped in here. So great to have everyone. Before I forget, I have not installed the new Walkabout Mini Golf on my Oculus, so I definitely need to update to the new course. Um, one of the guys that's probably already bought the course, I want to be able to try it because the new one. I want to check that out because I want to. I always love
Wait, is there
Walkabout.
another new one? Because I know I downloaded another one,
Hmm.
and
Came
was it an update or
yesterday.
was it a new course?
New course
Oh
came out
no, then I
yesterday.
didn't get it. I didn't grab it. No, then I didn't grab it yet.
So new
I'll
course.
grab it.
So any of you
Not
guys
like
that
I'm
have an
gonna play. I haven't played in a
yeah,
while.
we know that. So any of you guys that have an Oculus, jump in our room, in our Oculus group, and we'll definitely be playing some of that. So let's go ahead and get cranking on some news. We'll talk about some of the stuff. And let's see my window. So one of the big things that we saw that Amazon announced, they announced their price scale, what you can expect for their new internet service. Now, this is going to be like the Starlink. It's going to be with a satellite with a lot of low-level satellites giving you internet connection. And this is geared towards the people that can't get good internet where they're at. They're in a rural area. And even here, you and I talked about this, Alban. You get
Hmm.
outside of town here. My town is 60,000 people, 70,000 people live in this town. When you get
Right.
outside of town, the internet quality drops off hard and fast. Drops down to where you're getting eddy speeds, where you're getting that 10 meg down or that
No,
15
then
meg
there'll
down.
be a bullet through my head.
Yeah, but so this satellite, one of it was Starlink, and with the Amazon, what the benefit of it is it's going to give you that be able to give coverage on those rural areas. Um, and
Hmm.
to me, that's a great idea. I know there are people around here that do have Starlink, get you up to
Hmm.
100 meg, and for you would think 100 meg, you still would shoot yourself in the head. But
Yeah, I would.
if you were Eddie, you would be doing
Yeah,
backflip,
you'd be loving it. Yeah,
yeah,
that's it. Yep.
because Eddie's dealing with, 10, 15 meg download.
Oh.
And so Amazon is releasing is pushing theirs. We've talked about this a couple times over the last year or two. And they basically gave out a letter to the CEO to give an idea of the pricing structure. So this is a neat, like some good information here. Let me try to
Hmm.
make this a little bit bigger here so that some of our older folks can read it. So we're looking. They're going to do They're going to start signing up for people in 2024. So next year they're looking to start signing people up for it. One of the big numbers is what is your upfront cost? We know SpaceX Starlink is a $599, $600 startup cost is what they asked for. Amazon is going to undercut that. It's going to be $400. So a $200 savings on your upfront equipment charges. So that's a good thing. They did not give information on what it would be a month. So we're still waiting to hear what that is. But
Hmm.
you can
Yeah.
guess if you look at their strategy here, they're undercutting Starlink by $200. So you would guess that they would probably try to undercut that. What's it? $100 for Starlink, or a little over $100 US?
Is it yeah, 600? Wait. Oh, you. Isn't it 600
No,
for
no,
Starlink?
a
Oh
month.
no, no, no. Oh, a month. Oh, a month.
I
Oh,
think it's I
I
think it's
don't
about
even know.
$100 or give or take
Okay,
$10, I think. I
right.
know here it's 150, so you got to think of conversion, and Canada's always more
Yeah.
expensive. But so I think they're running about $100, give or take, for Starlink. So you can guess that Amazon's going to hit that mark or under, which to me is still very reasonable for
Hmm.
internet. I mean, for $100. So they're going to get 1,600 satellites up this year. They have to have, it says, Amazon is facing a deadline by the FCC to be given by mid 2026. Have to have 1,600 satellites in space, or they lose their FCC approval. So they're getting closer to where they're going to have to get this done. One of the other key features when I was looking through this is they're looking to deliver speeds up to 400 megabytes. So
Okay.
that's good internet. It's not 1 meg like
Yeah.
some people,
1 gig,
but
or 3 gig.
400 is you're gonna be able to watch
Yeah,
4K.
you can watch something. Right.
You're not gonna have any issues. So that's looking to happen. The other thing, when I was reading through that, they have two prototypes. It says it's launching two prototype satellites to test the end-to-end communication network this year. So what Amazon is
Hmm.
doing is they've not solidified which satellite type that they're going to use yet. So they're going to
Yeah.
launch two and do tests to see,
Right.
are they getting the speed. So I think that is an interesting thing, that they're not already locked into, this is the satellite we're doing,
Hmm.
because
What satellite they're going to use them? Yeah.
yep, yep. So,
Let
um,
alone getting it up there.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
Well,
they're
they've
gonna.
already said in this thing. It says they've already got it with Blue Origin. Will be launching these satellites up in. Amazon has already secured a deal. So they got three different
Mhm.
companies that are going to be launching these satellites in low orbit to be getting that stuff out there. So that's good news. I mean, again, for anybody that lives in a place where you can't get high speed, it is, when we were looking at houses, that was when we looked at the house. This is, and maybe
Mhm.
this is where we're at with Blue and me. When we would look at a house, look at a house, look at the location, look at the house, walk the house, yard, da 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 da. The next question that would come out of our mouth: what kind of internet you got here? Because
Yep.
it is a real question here. Because most people, when I was in the US, I didn't, unless I was way out in the boonies, you know what I mean? Way out,
Yeah. Hmm.
I could get cable internet just about anywhere, I would get cable internet.
Right. Right.
Here, as soon as you leave the city, I mean, the internet drops quick. So this is a viable option for those people that are dealing with slow internet. I wonder in our chat, we got live chat, we got a handful of people in here. We got 40 people in here. I'm wondering how many
Mhm.
people over here does anybody have um, satellite internet, or satellite? I mean, Starlink. It'd be Starlink right now. So I see. Look and see Eddie.
Mhm.
9.8 is what his internet download
Oh,
speed is. Nine point
man.
eight. I mean, I haven't had
Yeah.
9.8 since I had dial-up. You know,
Right. I dial up with three with a 1200 baud modem. Jeez,
so
that's just like pitiful.
yeah. So I'm just curious. I mean, we don't have a lot of people in our side chat, but just curious if any of the folks. I do know one of the people here. Um, I do know one of the. Well, actually, three people I know that have Starlink here. Uh,
Okay.
and so it's $150 a month. I want to say $700 or $800 upfront cost here, because it was higher than that
Hmm.
690, that 599. And one of the issues with me is the whole 1 terabyte. because you have a 1
Hmm.
terabyte, and then you get hit with 25 cents a gig after that.
Yeah.
So, um,
Yeah.
so I figured that up. That's $250 per terabyte that you go over.
And what really gets me is that there in Canada, like even your phones, they're not like unlimited. Right? You
Very,
know, you don't
very
have
few
unlimited.
people. Very few people have that. I because when I
And how about 5G? Do you guys have 5G?
Yeah, yeah. Well, all right. Yes, they do. They have 5G. I still have my American phone service. I still got Verizon.
Hmm.
So,
Right.
and since I have international Verizon, I'm able to link into.
Hmm.
I think I'm in. Can't remember if it's Rogers or Bell, one of the two, that I get two
Right.
gigs per day that I can use internet. And so
Okay.
I paid less with me paying the American package. I paid less than what people would pay if they wanted the unlimited
Hmm.
here international. They would pay more than what I'm paying for my in my US package. So it's cheaper for me to pay that
Wow.
US package for
The
my
U.S.
international
package.
than it would be for me to
Wow.
switch over to Bell or Rogers or whoever.
Hmm.
Um, so different pricing structure and different competition.
Yeah.
So I think in the US the competition is stronger, and so a lot of there's more options. So companies have to be a little more price conscious and offer more to get you. Here, you have options, but if
Hmm.
everybody's options higher, well then everybody all the companies are higher. So I don't know. So I mean, I was kind of
Wow.
curious. I don't know. I guess maybe nobody over in the side chat because I'm glancing through here.
Yeah.
Look at Nookie,
Yeah.
exactly. No competition here in Canada. So our plans suck ass.
Man.
Ah,
Maybe I could, like get some American plans here, and I could work something out.
yeah, yeah. It is different. What's up,
Man.
Cosmics? Look at we got different people
Hey.
jumping in. It was great to see some folks. So yeah, I was just asking. I was just curious if anybody had Starlink in the side chat. No one does. Um, but again, there's some people at my work that have it, and none of them have run into an issue with using too much. Well, I take that back. One of the students that is at the school told me their family ran into it now. So they have two teenagers and then the
Hmm.
family. They ran into an issue with hitting the ceiling
Running that
too
data.
with data for
Hmm.
Starlink. But but none of the adults um
Right.
because for most people in the US it's unlimited. You don't even know. So I know that we pulled it up. So we're in a house of four adults here, three TVs.
Hmm.
The cable TV is basically an IPTV service. Is the cable company
Right.
sells an IPTV service as your local cable, if that makes sense. So your
Hmm.
everything, your
Yeah.
it's data. It's data. So I looked it up last month. We used 2.4 terabytes for the house,
Hmm.
just with the three of us, and it,
Right. And that's very
so
easy.
Yeah. So if you're a person that has that 1 terabyte ceiling, you got to be careful with that. For
Hmm.
you, we know you're a data hoarder. So,
Yeah.
um,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
okay. All right. So I'm gonna grab through. I see one for the stars. Tito, what's up? Good afternoon. I didn't even, not even finish my first one. Can't even talk. Good afternoon, everyone from the west
Yeah.
coast of
Hi,
Canada
Tito.
over there towards BC. Big shout out to the K app and the
Yeah.
crew in it. I was able to watch the Arsenal and Southampton soccer match while I was at work driving all over the city. People down the K app is my go-to, and you and I have talked about that. It is my
Hmm.
go-to. I use it every single day with a real to brid premiumized one of those services. You can't beat it.
Hmm.
Um, People knock on the
No, you
crew.
can't.
People knock on the crew and
I
some of their
like to.
live sports. They've ran against some hard roadblocks, but it's not something
Hmm.
they've done. The providers are creating it harder and harder for them to be able to pull those links. So, you know,
Yeah.
I don't knock the crew. The crew's doing. They've been around. They're the grandpas right now in the scene,
Yeah. They are. Yeah.
and they give you
I've
everything. I
always
mean,
liked
that's
them.
everything. I mean, they've got
Hmm.
non-debrid, debrid, one clicks, scraper, as well as live content. I mean, that's
Hmm.
that's a lot of
Yeah.
work.
It's everything.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I I know that people bitch when free live links don't work. I mean, if a live on a big event, if a live link, a free live link works, count yourself lucky, in my opinion. I mean, it's because those live links are hard to come by, and then you get the traffic.
Hmm.
It's so yeah. The crew's doing a fine job with what got the air. So hats off to them and their and them keeping their stuff up. Uh, you know, it gets me when I see the people bitching on free links and they're like, "It ain't working. It sucks."
Yeah. It ain't working.
Yeah, I
Cody's
mean,
dead.
yeah, but there's so much that's important when we talk about a free link, be
Hmm.
it a live TV or even if it's a VOD type of situation. There's a certain amount of bandwidth that's going to be allotted to that particular file. And
Hmm.
as more and more people want that free link, then it becomes overloaded and too many people are trying to pull from that one source. And then you're going to get the buffering or you get the crashes. So sometimes when people say, "Well, that don't work," well, maybe it's too many people on it. There's that's the benefits of a paid service, right?
Right.
Because hopefully a paid service, as they increase customer base, they increase their resources or their servers capability or capacity. If you're on a free link, there's no money coming in to say, "Oh, well, we've got an extra this many more people, we can get more servers or pay for more bandwidth." It doesn't work that way. So, sometimes
Hmm.
people bitching about these free links just kills me. It's like, oh my god. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a never ending well that you can just keep pulling.
Right. Be pulling out of it.
It's a certain amount. So Trevor over in St. Lucia, beautiful. I bet you his
Hmm.
weather's
So,
nice.
Trevor.
I
Yeah. Welcome to St. Lucia. So I hope you're doing good there. All right,
Yep.
Trev. Good to see you. You made some time for us.
So let's see.
As he's like laying on the beach watching us. You know.
Yeah. 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 Hey, it was 50 degrees. I felt like it was a good day. And I so
Uh-huh.
all right, so hold on, so let me finish here. Here in the Southwest, laying cable everywhere, which is a good thing for everybody. Yeah, and that is the benefits of a lot of depends on where you're at and location for internet. You
Yep.
can't take it for granted because you know. So let's see.
Hmm.
Miss Nookie over here. My aunt is pissed the Blue Jays games is not on her cable TV. She says it's only on Apple TV. Ooh, for the baseball. Wow.
Ooh.
So now she has to sign up
Ooh.
for that on top of her cable package. This is a perfect example of
Wow.
what the UK did. Remember the UK did that with their
Yeah.
football.
Yep.
That
Yep.
if you wanted the Premier League or the Championship League, remember they would be
Hmm.
what on different packages. So you're a Premier League
Yeah.
guy and or gal, and then guess what? You want to watch the Championship League, and now it's on another thing, and then you got to buy that package. Same idea
Yeah.
here with the Blue Jays. So Nookie,
Uh,
Nookie. Well, see, at
you
least
know
she
what
has
you gotta.
Nookie
Yeah, go
needs
ahead.
to talk to her. She just needs to talk to her,
Hmm.
and see there's because Nookie knows the options. So maybe
Yeah.
her a person that has a little bit more understanding of options. Maybe she'll be able
Hmm.
to. Oh, look at she
Go for
says
it.
I'm not doing. With someone that's 80 years. I
Oh
feel you.
God.
I feel you 100%. Because yes, when we're dealing with people that limited technical savvy and they're used to just going
Yeah,
and it's just say pay for it.
yeah. Wait for it. But you can't. There is one other thing she could do, and actually even from this week's side of the week, she might be able to set up something a shortcut for her
But true,
with
true.
what we have.
Yeah,
You know, so maybe she could do that.
yeah. So we'll Nuki will take a look at that. So
Yeah.
yeah. Sometimes I do find when some people complain about the cost of this and this and this, I just go, oh, okay, just let it go. I'm okay, all right. Because you don't want the hassle to try to have to teach them. Well, look at Funster
Mm-hmm.
B hanging in us. Oh,
Once the
look at bad niece, cheapskate. Trevor, 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Whew, was planning to go to the beach 5 minutes away to fish. Well, hey, Trevor,
oh
we're
man,
holding you back.
lucky.
We're holding you back from fishing. There's my man, Charles. What's up, my man, Charles?
Hey, what's up,
Do miss
Charles?
him every day. Do miss that. All right. So let's see. So one of the other things on Amazon News this week is Amazon Prime Video has now added dialogue boost features. And hey, hit me with a number one over in the side chat if you struggle understanding the vocals, the dialogue on some of your shows and movies. Or do you give it one?
There's one issue with it.
What's the one issue?
The issue is that by turning that up, when you turn it up to the high boost, it melts out everything so much that it just sounds, it's just talking. You don't hear the music, you don't hear anything else.
Oh, all right. So
There's a downside to it.
okay, thank you, honey. All right, so the number one was going to be
I'm just so.
all right. So
Go ahead.
we have all kinds of stuff happening in the house there. So number one, if you
Yeah.
struggle understanding when people are talking in your movies and TV shows, so Amazon added a new dialogue boost feature where you're able to turn up the dialogue on certain Amazon Prime content. Now, this is not widespread. It's not on all other the library. It is certain content because this is just rolling out. So what they've done is they have boosted the dialogue pieces without boosting the music and explosions and stuff like that to make it easier. So they're using AI to boost those levels. Some of the shows here, let me try to make this bigger. Here's some of the shows, some of the Amazon originals currently supported dialogue boost features. Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan, the marvelous Miss Maisel, Harlem, the Big Sick, Beautiful Boy, being Ricardo's. So they have slowly started to roll this out. And I
You
did.
know, but I
Yeah.
got. Go ahead.
No,
I
you
just
go.
got to say though, I think it's ridiculous that it's come to us to have to say, oh, we need to use AI to boost this because everyone knows nobody can hear anything anymore in these movies or shows. Why the heck don't these guys do when the editor is doing this? The editor could boost it right there when they're editing everything. Why isn't
100%.
it done? I just don't get it. I don't understand.
It does not make any sense. And you're right. I thought maybe it's because I'm getting older. I can't hear as good.
Yeah, so did
Probably at
I.
first
But
but this is a real problem. Like you said, why can't they edit this
yeah,
shit on the front end instead of making
hmm
Amazon or us doing stuff? When I'm using the
everyone,
K
right?
app, when I use the K app, and I've talked about this, I turn up the center channel so that I can hear the dialogue more. Now
Uh-huh.
that's not a perfect solution, but it works pretty well to turn that center channel
You
up.
know,
Mhm.
I think that sometimes it's that the editors that are doing it now are newer, they're younger, and young kids can hear stuff a lot better,
Yeah.
much better than we can,
Yeah.
and so maybe they're editing and saying, "Oh, I hear it, so this is fine." and they're just letting it go, and they have because everyone always has everything turned down to all these kids because like everything they stream stuff from their phone or their iPad or whatever, and they have it turned down really low,
Yeah.
and they think that this is an enjoyment to watch something. No, it's like even in the movie theater. If you go in the movie theater, they still got the stuff turned down now. Not like how they used to blast it and let Dolby work for you. You know what I mean? Uh, it's a problem.
Yeah, and I was looking through and I looked through. I can't show you guys the side chat that may be watching. Well, I guess you guys can see this. Um, I was looking. There's a lot of number ones over here. Now, Beach hits it about 10 times, but Beach says I wear headphones when I watch everything because it bugs the hell out of me. And it is the truth about why they don't turn it up, and it is maybe because when they're editing they've got headphones on. Maybe it's our surround. And I said to Blue, I said, maybe it's my surround sound center speaker. I've got a sound bar that's, I'm not, I'm 4 feet from my TV, guys. I am not
Right.
maybe 5 feet. I'm not far away from my sound bar. Why I struggle with a lot of times that I'm turning it up to 20 or 21 so I can hear what they're talking. And then this gunfire starts and it's like, oh,
Yep.
turn it down.
Oh no, turn it down.
Yeah, so it's interesting why they do that. So Amazon has offered this, and now it's in certain movies. And Jack Ryan, I pulled it up, and it looks just like so. When you're watching the content,
Right.
you're able to go. You know how you can pause when you're watching something.
Mm-hmm.
When you pause it, it has the little emblem for I think it's like a note, like a musical note. You click that and you're able to see this. Now, it'll tell you how many languages it does. Some of the English language, you'll see it says boost high, medium, or just do it as English. So this is where you're able to make those changes. So I think that's a neat feature. You would think that
Yes, so do I.
they wouldn't have to do that but you have to. I'm hoping that when we move, I can maybe readjust my sound speakers. Maybe it'll sound louder, but it just is weird as shit. And again, maybe it is our sound bars and how we all have it. We don't do it correctly. But if you turn the center channel up too much on your sound
simple.
bar,
It's
it's
simple.
not right.
If you took the sound bar out of it, right, and you're still gonna have to turn it up. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, 100%.
So I don't think it's a sound bar.
Because
Yeah.
well, we're so used to hearing that vibrant sound. Very, very, very few TVs give you a good
Right.
sound. Some give you okay sound. Some
Right.
give you shitty sound.
Right.
But there's almost no TVs now that give you great sound. I'm sure
Right.
someone
Because
side chat
they're
can tell
trying
you
to
what
force
TV
you to
does.
go and buy the sound bar. That's why every time it's like, oh, you're buying the TV. Oh, yeah, check out this sound bar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
I mean, I've got my
it's
LG,
tough.
the OLED TV was a nice TV. I gotta have a sound bar with that. I mean, because when I turn the sound bar off, it sounds like it's like this, and it's in the back of the TV.
Yep.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah.
But so back to our
Right.
subject where we started off before we got in this rabbit
Yeah.
trail. Yeah,
Sorry.
so you're able to go in and make those changes only on certain content. Only on certain. It's only some, and it's this content right here, right now. They'll probably add it, and it's AI is doing this for us. AI is going through and
Yeah. Right.
turning up the volume on those on the dialogue. So
I wonder if Netflix is going to jump at this too, because
probably
it doesn't sound like it's something that Amazon created. You know what I mean?
right. Basically, you would just
Because
have the
everybody's
software
doing all
doing it
kinds of
for you.
different AI things. Right. Right.
Yeah, you're right. It's good.
And the way that Netflix is set up, because it's a it is a big problem. Like I guess if they were able to see that, if everyone like uh, uh, made a comment about a movie or a show and you're watching it and you said, oh, it sucked because I couldn't hear nothing, you know maybe these teams will get together and say, hey, let's crank this up so that people can hear,
Yeah.
because it's a problem
Yeah.
that you don't
Absolutely.
want to watch something because you can't hear nothing.
Yeah. And this is where Beach. This is a good point here. You can barely hear people talking during the movie, so you turn the volume up, and then a car crash, gunfights, and then your
Yeah.
eardrums are destroyed. And again, that
Yep.
happens with us when we're watching TV here. And there's been times where,
Yeah.
especially we're watching an action thing and they're like all talking, and so you turn it up. You're like, yeah, you can hear the
Hmm.
dialogue. And sometimes I'll go upstairs and I'll hear, boom, 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 and the action all happens. I'm like, hey,
Hmm.
turn that down. And Blue, like, I didn't turn it up. I mean, it was at the volume it was, but yeah. Look at Beach says he ate pain chips. That's why he can't hear real good.
I ate them too.
We all did.
We're all kids of a certain age. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
Paint was different back then. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
It was nice and thick.
Yeah, and good lead. TVs are so thin now. There's no room for
Yeah.
good now. It's probably true.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
Bunch says the same thing. There was space in those gigantic, heavy TVs. So yeah. And again,
Hmm.
they probably look at the pros and cons. It's easier to make it's better to have a thinner, lighter TV, and someone has to
And
buy a
then
sound
a sound bar. Yeah. Well, they should tell that to people then.
Yeah. Well, a lot of movies are too dark. Yeah, you need to use more light. Some movies are really
Hmm.
dark. I just
Yeah,
changed
very
the
dark.
I actually just changed the picture quality. That's pretty easy to do on that. Then
Yeah, but sometimes it doesn't do it. Yeah, it's like that episode of Game of Thrones.
oh
Yeah,
Jesus,
you remember
yes, I
everyone
do.
lost their minds. You
Fucking
know,
remember that. Everybody freaked out about the last season of the Game of Thrones.
everyone
Was
did.
too dark, which it was too
Yep,
dark. Honestly, it was.
it
But
was
but
way too dark.
people had
You
a
couldn't see
fit.
nothing.
And what I did is
Yep.
I went into my settings and I just changed the picture quality.
Uh,
I had
yeah,
cinema, blah blah blah
and
blah
it
blah.
still didn't do it right.
I just
Yeah,
changed it.
but it still didn't do it enough.
I could
Yeah,
see, at least I could see
but
the
it
fight.
wasn't enough. You would.
Like, oh, that's Jon Snow.
Yeah, I guess that's HBO for you, because they like doing stuff like that to their viewers. It's like The Sopranos. The
Gave,
ending to The Sopranos.
gave you plenty to fucking talk about. So yeah, hey, we
Yep.
sound like some old men. Just hey, I'm back in my day. I remember when they was whippersnappers. Uh, that that you weren't there the last weekend when we watched. It was a pay-per-view or the Tough Man, and we were doing back in my day, and Burke was in there. Birch was in
Hmm.
there.
Uh-huh.
Had me rolling off.
Yeah.
Back in my
Oh
day, we
God.
used to, and because Nookie and myself, you were there. Yeah, you were there.
Uh-huh.
And
I
Beach
was
was
there.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were all talking about, well, back when dial up, and you'd have to hear that. And then
Yep.
he's
Hmm.
younger, so he cracked on all of us and have you.
Yeah.
All right, Nielsen is trying to get their credibility back because the problem with Nielsen was that the streaming world kind of outpaced them and being able to rate.
Hmm.
They weren't able to rate the streaming content correctly, and so they lost a lot of
Right.
credibility and their approval and all that kind of stuff. But Nielsen's trying to come back and trying to make a stand of, hey, we understand that we need to judge the streaming content, not just over the air or through cable. So they are working hard. They do have
Yeah.
some options with that, and coming out with some new things, and they're getting better at it. They've showed they actually got credibility for
Yeah.
what was it? For certain TV stuff. They got their certification,
Hmm.
accreditation.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they got because
Well,
they lost it.
well, I just don't want it. I just don't want it to turn into like how a lot of other things are rated.
Okay.
You know, like like an artist, music artist. You know, they say that just because this artist got so many views of a song, so many people listen to a song, they're the triple platinum, artist. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Meanwhile, you're just listening to one song, and nothing about the whole album. You know?
Yeah. Would they be willing to buy the whole album? Because back in
Right.
our day,
Like how we had to. Yep. Back in our
you
day.
had to you had to buy the album. You couldn't just say I want to pay 99
Yep.
cents for that one song, which I don't even know what they charge
Hmm.
for a song, but I'm just saying, yeah, you couldn't just
I
get the
have
one song.
no idea.
You had to buy the whole album.
Yeah.
So, would people be willing to buy the album if that's how it's sold? So, but they're doing better at trying to monitor and to be able to judge the ratings, and so they're working on that. There's a tweak. I think we talked about this last year. I think we talked about
Yeah,
it
we
back
did.
in September of 2021.
Hmm.
So this
Yeah.
piggybacks to the other topic, which was CBS. So CBS, with their rating and to be able to see how much content that is being viewed, CBS is number 2 for minutes viewed. Uh, at what was it said? 280 billion minutes was viewed
Billion.
the first quarter of this year, and only
Right.
behind Netflix. So,
Hmm.
I always thought CBS being
Now,
like the old people's thing, but that's a lot of
no, no.
CBS.
Look, football.
Well, football. Well, the college basketball, because I thought about the
College
March Madness.
basketball. Yeah.
How much
and, and let
was that
alone
being
that whole Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus?
And don't forget, like that whole Mount Plus, all of that. That's a lot. That's a lot of content. That's right there. That they're saying CBS is saying, oh well, yeah, we have all these views. You
Yep.
know,
So CBS
which I
is
don't
kind of
think is really fair.
yeah. I mean, because they're trying to label themselves as the number 2
The
of
best, right?
content
The number two
behind
station,
Netflix,
right?
which yeah, in some aspects, but not in all. So probably trying to help their market share and probably trying to help their share owners. But it breaks it
Yeah.
down in this article. Talks about CBS programming generated more than 281 billion minutes of viewing. That is more than 30% of dedicated primetime content. So just CBS alone was 30% of that
Hmm.
dedicated primetime
Wow.
content. Some of the
Hmm.
stuff that was big on their thing, the FBI series, which I mean, how many fucking FBI shows they
Yeah,
got?
I love it. There's three of them.
NCIS.
No, actually, there's four.
Yeah.
And there's there's four NCISs too.
Yeah.
So
Just keep creating the same show in a different city, but whatever.
right,
So they're
right,
saying that. So let's see. So it says 92 billion minutes
and they do crossovers.
Yeah. So 92 billion for FBI series, 15 billion for the NCIS series. Sports generated 77 billion. So that would be your football and your basketball. I don't
Hmm.
think they do hockey,
Hmm.
but that would be your two big
No,
sports.
not really.
News content, 57 billion. Then you get into your late night TV stuff, daytime TV. So you're Young and the Restless and Price is Right, which are both CBS shows, 53 billion minutes last quarter.
Wow.
So a lot of good content there that's offered. So I think
Yeah.
CBS is trying to position themselves, saying we Disney,
Yeah, we're number one.
yeah, or
Yeah.
Hulu isn't nothing, Disney's nothing, ABC, Fox,
Hmm.
we're the number 2. So interesting how they kind of work that out. Again, some of this stuff when they're rating, I was reading through it when it was rating how many your viewership and your viewed minutes. A lot of companies are real tight-lipped about how much their content is used. They said that a lot of the
Yeah.
companies
And
don't give
there
that.
used to be a site that There used to be a site that gave you all that information. They don't anymore.
Yeah. Because it's almost like they're scared to, like Netflix. We've seen that where the top 10. You know, when you go to
Hmm.
your Netflix,
Yeah.
this is top 10ing this week,
Hmm.
or top in the top 10 for you, for your country. So, Netflix is pretty quick to saying, hey, we looking at the viewing. Hey, this is popular. This is not popular. And so you see that trending, where some of these other services tend to be a little slower to give that information out for whatever reasons. But
Hmm.
yeah, it said, so what did I say? That CBS was 281 billion minutes of content viewed last quarter. What did I just saw it,
Projected.
337 billion was Netflix. So just to
Wow.
give you to be able to say, all right, what was number one? So Netflix had them beat by, what's that, another 50 million or 50 billion minutes of people watching this,
You know
because
what? Now
yep,
I would
yep,
really want to know what Disney is getting. After they bought out all of that stuff. Because if it's much lower, much lower, that's why we see them farming it out now. Some
and
of those
pushing
series.
and pushing to raise the rates on the satellite packages
Hmm.
that they sell out to
Right.
DirecTV, Dish Network, and the local cable
Hmm.
companies. Because we see Disney, we've
Right.
talked about it fucking how many times, where Disney is like,
Hmm.
I'm having an argument with Comcast because we want more for our content. Maybe because
Right.
it doesn't have as much viewing so they're trying to push that price. I mean, because what did I say? 280 was CBS.
81. Yeah.
Oh, here we
Yeah.
go. Um, Here we go. So CBS 281, NBC 190, ABC 181.
Okay.
And again, I think that,
ABC's 181.
yeah, 181. Yes, yeah. Fox.
They ABC. Oh, there goes Disney Plus there.
Yeah. And this is their content. Even if another if somebody else had the ABC content and streamed it, they still counted as ABC's content. Um, but you can
Hmm.
see that it's interesting when you look at how much is being viewed and how this is all falling out. I mean, look at how Disney Plus, they got 22 billion. 22 when
Wow.
CBS was
Yeah.
281. Netflix is
Right.
337. But then that makes me think, okay, so right now, what is Amazon Plus shows that people would be watching?
Amazon.
I'm sorry, excuse me, not Amazon Plus,
Okay.
Disney Plus. What is something that's
Disney
this
Plus.
quarter that people would be watching?
Those
No,
are just those movies, right? Like
Mandalorian.
the Marvel stuff. Oh, okay.
Mandalorian was out this quarter. Um, you see, because this is all super. Uh, it's very violent. Um, Vital.
Hmm.
What? Not vital.
Volatile.
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 Volatile. Because it changes depending on what. When Disney had the some of the Marvel movies come out, when Disney has that,
Hmm.
boom, everybody's on it. And sure, the minutes jump
Right.
up. There's nothing right now. Mandalorian this season has been kind of,
Right.
you know. So this can
But they're
change.
still saying the total minutes. It's like it's nowhere near them.
No.
And that's why now I feel bad for Netflix, because Netflix was so far ahead. Then
Yeah.
they just lost. Look how much stuff they just lost, and they're still on top.
Yes. Yeah. Their market
You know what
share
I mean?
used to be 70%, and everybody else fought for the other 30 or
Right.
20%. Yes, you're right, because
Right.
Netflix used to be the behemoth. Now that has changed a lot.
Hmm.
Netflix is actually having to be competitive with people. You're fighting people on your same
Yeah.
level. But I mean, we're not. But it's just weird how we.
I just wish that they would get away from I just wish they would get away from the ad. based stuff.
Well,
I
you
think
pay for
that's
that or
going
don't
to
pay
kill
for that.
them.
You buy
I
you
know,
buy it
but
or
I keep
don't.
saying it. I know. I think it's going to be the doom for them doing
I
that.
don't know. I mean, we talked about this numerous times. I really think the customer base
Yeah, many
that is
times.
willing to pay the $9.99 and suffer through the ads are the people that are so penny pinching they'll stay. They'll deal with the ads. You, on the other hand, me, on the other hand,
Mm-hmm.
or a lot of the people that watch this
Mm-hmm.
show are so used to not seeing commercials. When we actually have to see an
Not
ad,
seeing the
we
commercial.
have a meltdown.
Right.
We are not the majority. We're not the majority. We are the
Right.
minority. So most people would be like, "Yeah, I'll watch an ad. Yeah, whatever. I'm only spending $10 a month."
Well, I guess Netflix has the right idea by saying, okay, I'm going to give you um, ads to watch,
Mhm.
but that's not going to be on all of our stuff. You know what I mean?
Yes, there is
You're
limited.
going to want
Yes,
the real good shows. You're gonna have to pay for it.
but
So
we
at
haven't
least they're
seen.
doing that, I guess.
Well, and also with Netflix, they haven't. It so the paid model has not had a long enough run to really see
True.
what impact that I want to. All right, so let's say Netflix. What's a Netflix show? That one with the kids and
Uh,
the aliens. The Stranger Things. That's
Stranger
Netflix.
Things.
That's Netflix. So let's say Stranger Things season whatever comes out, and Netflix says, you know what? The premium customers will all be able to see Stranger Things, but the
Yeah.
ad based people will not. I think then you'll
Right.
see maybe the
Or
pushback.
no, they would say to them, oh, okay, the paying customer, the guys who want to watch it with ads, we're going to give them season 1 and season 2 only.
Right. Yeah. 100%. So they want to watch season two,
They're
but they
gonna,
can't.
they are crack dealers. They're gonna say, here, you want some? You
You
want
get the
some?
first one for free.
Listen, Netflix ain't right. You get the first one for free. All others must pay. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, you remember that
Because
commercial?
no one's going to be talking about, right? No one's going to be talking about the first, second season
Yeah.
at work. You know what I mean? They're
Exactly.
going to be talking about the later seasons.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, I got to go pay for it now.
Yeah. But I mean, so my thinking is that this business model of the ad based and limited content has not played out long enough to where you're going to see that push of, hey, yes, the new season of Stranger Things is out, and I can't watch it because I got the ad based one. That hasn't played out long enough. So
Right.
95% of whatever people want to watch, they can watch it. It's not a problem. So I don't think they've
Right.
run up against that yet, because the new season of Stranger Things or a new season of something that people really want to watch is
Right.
out on Netflix, but not the ad based. But I think that's going to
Mhm.
happen. But right now, like I said,
Yeah.
I'd have to pull up my phone to see what is some Netflix that everybody's watching right now, that everyone has to be watching. Because remember when those shows come
Mhm.
out that everybody's talking about at work. Have you seen a new episode
Right.
of da 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 da
Right.
da?
Mhm.
It's interesting to see. I was shocked to see CBS was that high in the minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah. And then when you compare it to NBC, even,
yeah,
you know what I mean? It's a whole 100 million. You know what I mean?
100
It's
billion more. Yeah, yeah, that's
right.
a lot. So, all right. So hey, since we're talking about Netflix, I
Yeah.
thought we'll
Hmm.
talk about your next
Yeah.
favorite. Probably you're
Oh yeah.
probably having a fit because Netflix is gonna
Yes.
stop sending
Uh huh.
DVDs to Albin's house because he is one of the 4
Listen.
people
Yeah.
who
Listen.
still gets the damn DVD.
No, not anymore. But listen, I might just join back because, especially since I did stop all of my Netflix. But since they've been begging for me to come back, since I was grandfathered with them, I'm thinking of going back just for the DVD by mail just
Well,
to
you better
prove my
hurry.
point to them.
You better hurry because they're stopping it.
Yeah, I know. I got a couple. Yeah, I know they're stopping it. It's like I can't even tell you how many DVDs I had gotten from them. It was staggering, staggering. You know, but I'll miss it. You know, I understand why they have to do it. No one, wants DVDs anymore. But I thought that they would still keep it because of people like who are in such remote places that can't stream. I figured, keep it for them. You know what I mean? Listen, if there's a blockbuster that's still open that's making money, why would you get rid of this thing that you're doing by mail? I know it's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes to do it. The DVDs by mail. I do understand that, but
Well, and here,
there are
so
people that don't
September
stream.
29th is it. So go
Uh
ahead,
huh. Yeah.
Auburn. You better get your because you're probably
Yeah.
one of those guys that's got 8. You can have 8 movies out at one time. You better hurry up and get them because
Yeah.
September 29th
Yeah.
is the last time they'll send out. So, and this just gives you the numbers of it. 900 million
Mhm.
in revenue in 2013. So 10 years ago, 900 million. Now they're
Yeah.
down to 150 million last year.
150. Yeah.
So you've lost what 80% of what your revenue was
Yeah.
prior in
Yeah.
10 years. And
Hmm.
so that part of the business model. I mean, how many people have a DVD player still?
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, people like you that are
I
ripping.
know. I know.
Sure.
But there are right. But you got someone in in Alaska. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
That
Yes.
they say, okay, I just feel bad for those people. I feel bad for people that that can't stream. That in such remote areas that
Yeah, we talked about
or
that
they're so
earlier. Yeah,
poor
there
that
is a lot of people.
they can't afford that. And right, but granted, I don't think that those people who can't afford internet are gonna spend money on this service unless they are, saying, oh, okay,
Well,
they want to have this or that to watch.
but
But
think about
no one
this.
watches anything on the
This
DVD
isn't
anymore.
people that can't afford what you're mentioning. That is not people that can't afford cable high speed internet.
Hmm.
It is people that can't get it. Um, so, like you said,
Right.
in those remote areas, in the areas where there is no high speed, when we're talking, there are a lot of people that cannot get high speed. I don't care if
Hmm.
they're willing to pay $150. They're stuck with Starlink if it's
Right.
available. Starlink is in a lot of areas, a lot of locations, you're on a waiting list. So because they only sold so
Right.
many for that area. So there are a lot of people that cannot get high speed internet, like you said, to be able to stream Netflix on
Hmm.
in a viable way. So yes, the DVD probably was their answer. Um, I mean, I haven't had a DVD
Hmm.
player in years, but I lived in a metropolitan area most of my life. So yes, I had high speed
Right.
internet all the time. I had the ability to pivot. Like your point, there's a lot of people that can't. So now Netflix is saying
Hmm.
that's the end of that, which is sad for
Yeah.
some people. I mean that.
I guess what. Maybe I'll have to continue the service myself. You know.
Well, yeah. Continue yourself. Start sending
Yeah.
out your red envelopes.
Because I got all their DVDs.
Yeah, we know he archived them. He's better than most. So
Yeah.
it is sad to see that that's going away, but the one constant is
Yeah.
change. Hey, Jim's got a. What do
Hey,
you think
maybe
about?
maybe they'll make it. Maybe yeah. Go ahead.
Jim's got
Go
a
ahead.
comment here. What happens if you don't send the DVDs
Mhm.
back? They do have your credit card information.
The credit card, yeah, but what they did was they didn't care because they were still charging you every month for it. Yeah, you understand? So you don't want to give it back. They're charging you, and then if you're gonna leave, they're gonna say, "Well, you owe us a DVD. You owe us this DVD." If you're trying to cancel.
Well,
and then they'll charge you for
Jim's
the
bringing up the
DVD.
point. Jim's bringing up. I think his point is what happens after September 29th if you still got the DVDs.
Oh, they're not going to care. I don't think that they'll care because it's like Blockbuster. Blockbuster didn't care. You know, when most of the other blockbusters around everywhere were going, they were giving stuff away. I mean, I went into a Blockbuster and I bought DVDs at $3 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They don't care. You know, I swing by, pick up a bunch that I don't have, and go on my way.
Hey, Auburn, you look at Redneck said.
I don't think they'll kill.
Auburn. Grandpa Auburn. Back in my day.
Back in my day, you know, hey. Back in my day, I would swing by, you know, Netflix, Red Boxes, everything, you know, to get all of my, you know, goodies.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So it's
I had a lot of stuff to watch.
Still got it. Beat says you still got you still have your Sony Betamax because you swear it's going to be making a comeback.
Yeah, I still do have my. No, I'm not. It's never making a comeback. Yeah, neither will the my laser discs. You know, got laser discs too.
Look at there. We're gonna call you Auburn Buster. So instead of Blockbuster, you just get the Auburn Buster. If you get on his Plex has a pretty large library. Just saying. So it is sad to see that because how many of us remember having to mail back that DVD and you could only have out? Oh, that was a great time because you would go online.
Or how about
this one?
Right, but how about the days of, you know, having to rewind you know, a tape and bringing it back to the video store? You know what I mean?
100%.
We've been through stuff that these kids, you know, today didn't have to deal with. You know, they had it on the DVD to watch. You know.
Yeah, you're right.
Be kind, please rewind.
Yeah, it was. I loved.
Or end up getting a tape that wasn't rewound. Oh man, you don't want to lose your mind. Yeah.
Now, so Alvin, we'll do another throwback. So, did you have the rewind machine, or did you do it in your own VHS?
Two of them.
Because I had one of those.
No, I had a machine. I said I wasn't going to ruin the gears on my machine.
Yeah, because you would say, I have a rewinder so that I could rewind my stuff so that it wouldn't wear out my VHS.
And start playing my next movie. Right, and start watching the next movie.
Binger. Yeah, my man's a binger. He's a binger way back when. Yeah, the rewind machine.
Way back when, you know?
Yeah, I had I wanted to say when I was I had when I was doing an add-on years ago, I had a section and it was I used the Blockbuster screen and it had the part where it said be kind rewind. Remember it used to be a sticker. On the VHS. I actually had that part of my add-on that it was like the background. So great time. So again, hate to see things changing, but Netflix will be killing their DVD by mail. It's going away. One of the things I thought this here is a topic that I know Alban is going to get excited about. Because we know how much he loves those cloud-based services. And we know Microsoft 360 being that cloud-based service that you pay the yearly subscription and all of that content. Guess what? They had issues this week. So any thoughts on this, Alvin? This article about 360 going down?
I couldn't even begin to think about me needing to get to my own data, and bad enough that they force you to use their 365 service. You know, okay, you know, you're paying for it every month, and now I can't get to my own data. You know, I'd lose my mind. I'd lose my mind on them. It's just that's just so wrong. I don't understand why. I understand in a way that okay, it's a different world now. Everything is cloud based. Because you got all of your users that want to work from home
Yeah.
or whatever. But partly the part of that I think it's because there's no real office anywhere anymore. Everyone is just doing everything in the cloud, and that's it. There's no IT guy that you can sit there and cry to and say, I need my file.
Hmm.
No, it's all up in the cloud, and the cloud, just went poof on them. And now they can't get their stuff. It's just so wrong. And then they're still going to charge you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Microsoft didn't say, "Oh, sorry, there was an outage with 365. We're going to return this money to you."
Yeah.
No, they're
We'll
not.
give you an extra week.
They're not.
Like,
We're not going to
hey,
do it.
Real to Brid,
Right?
them
They're
bugs
not.
be if Real to Brid's
Right.
down
Real
a
the
day,
bid would.
they usually give you 3 days on the back end
Hmm.
or 2 days on the back end and say, hey, we're
Right.
sorry we were down today.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. There's no way
Right.
that Microsoft's going to say, yeah, well, we were down. We're going to give you an extra week.
Hell
We're
no.
going to give you an extra day. No.
Hmm. Nope. We're going to give you a week free. No, they won't do it.
And that's
That's just ridiculous.
the downside of 365, Microsoft 365, is
Hmm.
there's a lot of Office programs that you need. And it
Yeah.
forces you to call or to call in, I'll say it, to touch base with their servers to be able to access PowerPoint, Excel, any of those SharePoint,
Hmm.
any of those services within the
Right.
Office suite. So it has to go in and
Right.
say, hey, is your account paid up? Is your account clear? Are you
Hmm.
good? Then you can use these services.
Right.
With this, when the cloud goes down, maybe the actual content can be on your computer. And let's say it's an Excel spreadsheet you have on your PC. There's the Excel spreadsheet, but you can't open the Excel spreadsheet because you can't open Excel because Excel needs to ask Kirkland, or over in
Yeah.
Washington, Redmond, and say, "Hey, does this person have an account with 365 in
Yeah.
Microsoft?" Yeah, they're good.
Hmm.
It can't do that. Whereas if you had Office installed on your device, it's installed. You open the app,
Yep.
the file is on your computer, everything runs fine. This with Microsoft making it call home. Is this account
Hmm.
okay? Is this account valid? Yes, you can open up Office and you can open up that file and play. So even if the file itself is not on the cloud, it still has to call out
Right.
there to open the application that's going to open that file, unless you go and download some
Hmm.
some freeware, which there are
Right.
Office alternatives.
Yeah. Hmm.
But when I
Right.
was reading through this, I'm like, Aubin would be laughing his ass off because he's all the time talking about, I'm
Hmm.
not putting all that shit on the cloud.
Yep.
I'm not relying on the cloud because
Right. Nope.
when
Refuse
this
to.
happens,
I
and you're
refuse
down for
to.
days.
Right. And my thing is because I'm a Microsoft Access guy.
Yep.
And there's nothing else out there that I could use instead of the Microsoft. And and so like I have a lot of stuff that I wrote for people that have to use it. I would never have them use it in 365. I want it all standalone. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the last thing I would need. Now, I'm not working no more, and you think I would need 8,000 calls? People calling me and say, "Oh, I can't get to my database." No, I don't. I don't need that. I don't need that aggravation. I really don't.
Yeah, but
You know?
Microsoft forces everybody that direction. I mean, they don't really do they
Yeah, they're
even
forcing them that way, but
they don't
you
really
don't have
promote
to.
their standalone Office
They won't
now.
promote it. No, they don't. They
It's
don't.
all
They don't
here's
promote it.
when you go to buy Office, go to buy Office right
Hmm.
now. You're going to be
Right.
directed to 365, the
Directed to
365
365.
package.
Yep.
And again,
Hmm.
99 bucks a year, ready to go, blah blah blah. But
Let
what
alone
happens
and let
after a
us
year's over?
let you not have any internet. Right. And look what happens to people who have terrible internet service.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, why? Why would you try to force somebody into something that just to use an app? Is it
It's
worth
that
it? No.
constant money coming in though. It's easier to
Yeah, I
control the
know.
pirating
That's
too,
what,
because if it
right.
has to
Yeah,
call
it
home
is.
to check your key, easy to count that, catch those kind of things. There's so many key
Right.
hacks now
But
with
but it
stuff you can get
right.
around
There's
that.
so many key hacks,
But
and let alone that, someone hacking in to Microsoft to say, okay, now, oh, here goes a list of all the users. You know what I'm saying? You know it's going to happen.
yeah,
You know it's going to happen. Okay,
yeah.
and they're
There's
going to
been
say, oh, well, we got in through 365, and now we got everybody's Microsoft account.
yeah, it's
What kind of
possible.
horror would that be?
Well, you be yelling about protect your
It
neck
can
then.
happen. Protect your neck. You know,
So, yeah, it again.
these
If you're a
cloud-based
person that
services.
if you're a person that's using Microsoft Office, I highly encourage you to use a standalone. I mean, I'm or
Yeah,
there are
go back to
options. Are you now?
2017 or something.
Yeah, for access, I can see where you might be running a problem, but there is,
Yeah.
even if you do open source, there's a lot of open source things that you can open Excel and Word and stuff like
Right.
that. Maybe
Right.
not as pretty as Office does, but there is
True.
also, if you go back to an
Hmm.
older version, like you said, go back to an older version of Office, install it as on a standalone on your
Hmm.
device, then you got it. Guess what?
Yeah.
Who gives two
Hmm.
shits if 365 is down? You
Yeah.
can open up your Excel spreadsheet
Right.
and do your work. But
Hmm.
Microsoft is not
Yep.
selling that anymore. Microsoft sells
Uh,
365.
no, they're not selling. No.
So it's
Yeah. They're
365
only going to
now
sell
or nothing.
365.
So yeah, it is. I thought when I was reading that, I was just laughing. I'm like, damn, Auburn would be laughing his ass off saying, I told you that cloud shit is going to catch you.
Yep.
You're not going to
It's
get your
gonna it's
shit
gonna
because
get
they're going to lock
everybody
it up.
eventually. Listen, there's a lot of stuff out there that's for the cloud right now. Okay, you know, and it's check your neck. They're
So,
gonna get you.
but now, a long story after we ranted for a while, but this was an ongoing
I'm
problem for
sorry.
about 3 days. They have fixed it. It is working fine. You can log into your 365 without a problem and go with it. But it was a problem. Will it be a problem in the future? Most likely. It will happen again.
Hmm.
And it came from an update, of course, and that's
Yeah,
where
because
they updates and fuck
right.
something up.
Hmm. No, they're gonna have an AR AI thing that's gonna be figuring out passwords for them. You know,
Mhm.
it's
Them damn
gonna happen.
AIs. Them damn AIs. All right, bro.
No, but
Um,
but there are some. I just got to say real quick.
yep.
I just heard of something that there's an AI for for Microsoft Office to help you when you're trying to create. Like you're trying to figure out a code for something in uh, in a spreadsheet, and you can't think of how to do it. It'll do it for you, which I thought was pretty neat. But more of the what we gotta protect our necks from
Mhm.
is they did also just mention that the new AI from Google, that they are going to be able to do AI for code generating.
Mhm.
So that is
Man,
pretty neat.
things are speeding up. Oh, hey, Mike G
Yeah.
has a thing over here. Mike G posts. I don't know if you saw this. What's
Hmm.
up, Mike G? Um, he's got a YouTube channel. I've watched his show numerous times back in the past. So it says, "Hello, all. In my office environment, we have over 2,000 Office 364 enterprise accounts. It's definitely a great product. With each 365 purchase, you're able to install locally up to 5 machines." So he's saying that you could
Hmm.
install on the 364, you could install locally. So would that mean that it would not need to access the cloud to open up an Excel spreadsheet? Does it need to call back and to verify? Because in the article, it
They say,
talks
who are
about
you?
that people could not open up their files. It goes through talking about numerous
Yes,
files they couldn't open. They would uninstall, reinstall, back and forth. That they weren't able to log into their 365 accounts. And this was all over in Australia and the US. I saw Japan on that 365 business. So it happened over numerous platforms and over different countries. So they would, and again, it was kind of in different places for different reasons. And people tried to uninstall, reinstall. So again, I don't use the Microsoft 365 on the cloud. I don't use that, but I just wondering with Mike G, since he works in that field. He says, yes, correct, not exclusive to the cloud. So his people could log in, but again, there was people complaining about not being able to log in. So it is weird, it's scary, or unsettling if you paid for an application and you can't log in because it needs verification. Definitely was a 365 clusterfuck. Gotcha, Mike. So yeah. Hey, Blamo's in the side chat. What's up, Blamo? Nice to see him hanging in there.
Hey, what's up?
So yeah,
I just want to say hi to Shrink and Sharon. I saw that
oh,
she was in
Shrink
here
it, yeah.
earlier, and then she came in late. Yeah, she came in late, but I still want to say what's up.
Sharon.
And Mandy. Sorry, Mandy, that I forgot about you.
Yeah. Well, you know me. I get to damn rattling on. I can't. I got one window open.
Yeah,
I can't.
I understand. Yeah.
So hey, are you ready for some of your shit?
Wait. No, not yet. Didn't we have something else here? Hold on.
Oh, we have the
I thought there
torrent
was
one.
something else real quick. Hold on.
You had the one
Yeah,
about
the torrent one. Yeah, that was
legit
wonderful.
torrents shutting down after 17 years. This is an article from Torrent Freak. So 17 years of legit torrents, and it's going to be shutting down. And this was a completely legit. There no pirating shit on this. This is completely legit. And it came down to the database became corrupted. There was an issue with some people doing some shit. Shit got messed up. And the guy that's been running it all this time says, you know what? It's way too much work to try to rebuild the server site and to do all the things that I need to do. So it's just, you know what? We're going to let sleeping dogs lie kind of thing. But long time legit torrents shutting down. And this, again, unlike some of the other torrent stuff that we use, this is complete legit stuff. No shady shit, but shutting down because database got jacked up and it's just too much work to try to rebuild it. Run by one guy, Dustin Montgomery. So shout out to Dustin for the work and the time that went into this to keep it going. 17 years, long time. It says started it when he was a college student is when he started it. So, or no, it says high school. I'm sorry, still in high school, not college, high school.
Wow.
So
talk about shout outs. You had sent a message out today on Twitter about an add-on.
Yeah, all right. So that's
that,
the live add-on. The French DJ's repository was going to shut down. It was time to renew the server, and he didn't have the cash to do it, and really didn't have the ability to do it. And enough people donated to keep it going. And we're not talking about someone asking for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. He asked for 45 pounds. So the French DJ asked for it for like a week. He got little bits of amount, like half of it. People are willing to donate half to keep that repository open. And then this morning he messaged me and said, you know what, I'm going to close down because not enough people, and I can't I can't fund another year for the domain and the server. And so then I replied once I got to work because I had read that first thing this morning. Got to work, got time to tweet out, said, "Hey, sorry to see that you're closing." Da 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 da. And then when I go to read it, enough people had donated in that small amount of time, that couple hours, to
Wow.
actually meet the amount to get to his 45 pounds. He was
Wow.
very clear about how much money that came in, which it wasn't hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So someone thinking the guy's making a bunch of money, he wasn't, but it was enough to cover the server costs, the URL. So the French DJ, I think the Alive add-on. So if you're a person that used the Alive add-on, it is still going to stay going. So shout out to all the folks that in the community that actually donated to try to help. And again, wasn't asking for someone to donate $100. It was 45 pounds total. So you had, hey, I'm willing to, here's 5 pounds, here's 6 pounds, here's 2 pounds, and or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was enough to be able to cover his costs to be able to keep that going for another year. So shout out to French DJ who's
Right.
been around a long time, folks. Some people don't some people may not use the add-on and ever know about it. This is an add-on from back in the TV add-on days, if I'm not mistaken. I
Wow.
think he said 7 years.
Wow.
I think he was with TV add-ons way back. So we're talking about an add-on that's been around a
Okay.
while, and it will be around for another
Yeah.
year.
Did he
So
do another one? Did he do another add-on? Because I know his name.
yep.
And I
He
thought
has a couple
there was
add-ons
something
in
else
his
that he had
repository.
in the thing.
He
Right.
has. I'd have to look to see what
Yeah,
add-on. I
because
know
I
the
used
Alive add-on is the big one that jumps up at me. Alive
the big one.
HD.
Uh-huh.
Alive HD is
Right.
the big add-on that jumps out with,
HD.
and I can't recall if
Okay.
there was
All
any
right.
others. Some of them are based.
Yeah. I think I
That
did
could
use it.
be incorrect. I want to say some of them are based around YouTube and some of the other content, DJ stuff. So it's a niche. Or a niche, whatever way you want to say it. So it's not like movies and TVs, like your blockbusters. It's a very small amount of
Right.
people that like it,
Mm-hmm.
but the ones that like it love it.
Right.
So again, that's
Yeah.
the great thing
Yeah.
about
I did
add-ons.
use it
There's so many
because I use different stuff.
small
Yeah.
niche things.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
and again, he's keeping going. So shout out to him and the people that that are keeping that going and stepped up and said, "Hey, here's a couple bucks to keep you going. I enjoy your add-on." And that was all he was asking for. He wasn't asking for anybody to give him hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Just, "Hey, enough.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I got to cover for my server. Is people willing to help keep it going?" And
Yeah.
it's great to see people said, "Hey, yeah, I can help with that." Was that the last? And I
All right.
wasn't going to cover
One
the
last
other one.
one last thing before.
Yeah.
No, you weren't. I just wanted to get everyone's opinion about it, about how they would feel about music and AI. Because
Oh,
I know a lot of
yeah.
people hate hate. The what is that called? The not the sampling, but the auto tuning. You know. So I didn't know if
But
you wanted to
yeah, all right.
talk
We'll
about that.
touch on that real quick, and then we'll let you get to your sites. I forgot I had that.
Okay.
So this was another thing through Torrent Freaks. Is it loaded, or is that the wrong one? Oh wait, wrong
Is it? No,
link.
that's the wrong one.
Wrong link.
Yeah.
I grabbed the wrong link. So this was about AI synthesized music, and so it was a way of AI creating vocals. So this is and Sony's trying to get in front of this before it happens, because if you copy the voice of somebody else, so in this aspect, and I'll show the little video where it talks about I show the video where it's Eminem voice. It's not Eminem, but they use his voice. So if you use the voice of, let's say, Metallica, you did the same, and the AI made that music. Would Metallica have to be paid for royalties because you made it sound
Right.
exactly like them, all the way down to the voice, or would you not have to pay
Yeah,
them
that's
because
crazy.
it wasn't them?
Right.
I'm
Right.
gonna let me see. Hopefully this
Yeah, well,
plays.
now, how do you feel about that? Would you have to pay them or not? You know what I mean? It's
I yeah. To me, I think if this is let artists be artists. In my opinion, I would not.
right.
I don't want my music
Yep.
being AI created. That's me. Maybe I'm an old guy, but
Hmm.
to me, and let me see.
Right.
Tell me if this
Neither do
plays.
I.
Tell me if this plays, and we'll just see.
Okay.
Is that playing?
No, not yet. No, I don't hear nothing.
So is that not playing
No,
for
I'm not
you?
hearing anything.
Okay, hold on.
Not for me.
All right, hold on.
No, it might be the window that you have it open in. You have to tell it.
No, I've got it open on this one, bro.
Yeah. You're hearing it.
Yeah, I'm hearing it in my head. Is anybody else hearing that in there?
Yeah. I answer out there if anyone else hears
Yeah,
it
did
because
anybody else hear that? What I
it's
was playing?
me
Because I
again.
wanted to play it. Because I'd like you to hear it. Like that. That video killed the radio star. Nope. What the hell? Hold
No,
on a
nope,
second.
they're not hearing it. Okay. All right, don't worry about it. We'll just give the link. We'll give the link later, and people could check it out. Because that's the last thing we need happening with us here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was looking to see.
Close that down.
Yeah, it's showing that I can do music or sound.
Uh huh.
So, but basically,
Yeah.
what he's done is what the guy did is created. He asked AI to create an Eminem type lyric. So Eminem, the AI created an Eminem type lyric. So it was not a lyric that Eminem had made, but it would be in his style.
Mm-hmm.
So then he went to another AI
Right.
application to create and added those words to it for it to create music with that. And it actually used
Wow.
AI created its voice. So it sounds exactly like Eminem. Let me see if I can.
Crazy.
Oh, this is so it doesn't give me the I can't create the. Hold on a second. Let me share. Copy. I'm gonna put this in the group chat. Yeah, it's
Okay.
because of my Vivaldi. All right, so I post that in there, so you guys can listen to that.
Mhm.
And it has it sounds exactly like Eminem. I mean, Aubin. I mean, it sounds just
Wow.
like him.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's not him. It's not his lyrics, but it sounds exactly like him. So the thing is that is that legal? Could the AI or a company that Sony, let's just say Sony could Sony allow
They could
and
do this, and they'll
record it?
get rid of the artist.
Yeah.
Yep.
And could they do that? And that is a bit scary in a way that
Well, yes, they could if you think about it, because they have a contract. Like Eminem would have a contract with this guy, and they could say, "Oh well, you don't want to do what we're telling you to do, then we'll do it ourselves."
right, because they're not using his voice, right? That legally you
Right.
there again, this is
Right.
unprecedented. It's not been taken to court or nothing. So legally it's not his voice.
Hmm.
Legally
Right.
it's not his lyrics, but it
Hmm.
sounds like him. It would be something in
Yeah.
his style. So Sony could say,
Well, it
you know what,
depends
we're
also then
releasing it. We
also how
own
you
all
would
that.
sell it. It would. You're right. They will own all that, but it depends on how you're selling it. Because if you're selling it as if it were him, then you got a problem. But if you're selling it that it's Joe Schmo,
Yeah, call it another name.
with the stylings, yeah, with the stylings of Eminem, you know what I mean? and see if that makes more money. They're gonna do it because hey,
Again, I posted the link over
wow,
there. You guys listen to this, and you've listened to this. It sounds just like him. I
yeah,
mean, I actually
yeah,
thought it was him when I heard it. I was like, "Oh shit, this is Eminem." And then when I'm watching the video,
hmm
and it's like he says how he went through two different websites, two different AIs to create the lyric and then the voice.
hmm the voice.
So, do you own your own voice? Do
Hmm
your voice and the way you sing, the way you sound, do you own that? Are you able to say if someone uh, took my voice and then made it to say whatever, do I own that voice or do I not own the voice? Because sometimes people's voices sound the
hmm
same. Are you allowed to impersonate someone? So then, if I make my voice sound like the other person, now am I copywriting because I'm sounding like that person? It opens a whole legal
hmm
Pandora's box w- with this.
Yeah.
It is
Yep.
try to wrap your head around.
It's just like how Mike said here about Millie Vanilli. You
Yep,
know,
yep,
remember that? That was like
yep. Yep. Millie
same
Vanilli did
concept,
it,
right?
but they were lip syncing, and they weren't. They didn't make their
Yeah.
voice sound like some other
They didn't.
singer.
The voice sound like right,
It
right.
would be different when you grab the voice or the exact sound of a particular
hmm
artist. That's different because, and then
This is
how do you
this is going
own
to be
that sound
something.
of your voice? How do you own that? That
Right,
sounds too much like
right.
me.
You can't.
You can't do that. I mean, there's already been
Unless you could
numerous.
prove, that okay, this is they use my name in the search to do this. You
But
know what I mean?
even
And
if they
then you could say, oh, all right,
but then, all right, so you just change the name, make it different. So there's numerous. Remember, there's court cases where
right.
people have said, "Hey, he wrote that song off of a song that I wrote. He grabbed a certain riff
hmm
or a certain, a
right.
certain beat and said that's my beat, and he wrote that song
hmm
off of mine." And that's went to court numerous times, and sometimes they've won, sometimes they lost
hmm
because
hmm
they must have listened to my music and it's got the same exact little riff, um, or the bridge
right.
is exactly. But with this, it could be a completely. All the words can be completely different. You can't say that words, but
Completely
we
different.
use that same voice that you have, and we changed the words, and we wrote it in the
Well,
style that you write it in. So do we owe you any money?
hmm
Well, to
well,
me, the courts would struggle with that.
right, right. Because it's going to be a big problem, I think. Because let's just take aside from music. How about the writing it does? Say you take these kids are going to have homework to have to write a report on something. They're going to use this to write the report, and you can't knock it. You know what I'm saying? If they're writing a perfect letter,
I've
it's
already
just
heard,
going to be
I've
so
already seen
different.
this. I'm at the high school level. I'm at the high school level.
True.
I have seen teachers point out
Uh
that
huh.
they scan and actually have software that they will run to see if this is plagiarized. Number one, if it's plagiarized. Number two,
Right.
if you're writing in a style that's not the normal style you write in, the teachers will say,
hmm
"That's not your writing. You can't use the AI to do your writing." They have said that,
Okay.
and that is in the high schools
Okay. Well,
now.
that's good.
So there is kids, of course, doing it because fuck, it's easier. I need a
hmm
report on, and they put in
Yeah.
the parameters.
Uh huh.
I need it this many words, da,
Yeah.
da, 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 and probably tell what grade level you
hmm
want it to be, 10th grade level, 11th grade, whatever.
yep.
In the AI, here's your report. So that is
Yeah.
a thing that teachers are aware of and are trying to combat,
hmm
but it's whew. And I saw where
Crazy, man.
Crazy Cook says it's time for the government to stop AI. I don't know. It's gonna be hard to stop. I don't know how you stop this. This is
You know,
already
but
rolling.
there are some good things about it. It's just like how they're saying that, oh, well, you know, they're using it to solve a lot of cancer things that they never thought they were able to solve before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
so
There's always pros and cons.
crazy.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, it is a. Ugh, it's a scary thing. Definitely, guys, check that video
Yeah.
out. Look on Torrent Freak for this article. It is. Whew, it'll make you argue for and think. Where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
And is that too far? Is that not far enough? I would hate for the when this is going to go to courts. I would hate to be on
Yeah.
the judge to have to try to decide this stuff
The,
because
the, the,
it's
the
gonna be
judge of
hard.
the right.
It'd be hard
Mm-hmm.
when you're because it's
Oh, they'll
not
be
your
going to
voice.
Supreme Court or something like that, you know.
It's not your
Right.
voice, but it sounds like your voice. But yeah, so I own my own voice. All right, let's get going, bro. Let's get it's time. It's your time.
Okay. All right.
Hold on.
Fine.
Turn my
All right. All right.
You caught up?
Hold on. Okay. So we got I'm looking for the right one. Okay. Virus total. This one here will scan websites and files for viruses. So, uh, you know, someone's telling me to go to a site and you're not sure about it, you can just put it in here. And also you can, you know, put files in there, or you can, you know, search for, you know, throughout websites. So
And
it's,
so one of the things that I put in here, I
mm,
don't know, I was going to put a file of mine. Is that all right?
mhm.
So I have an APK
Yeah.
for my my APK for the K app with Cody apps where we've got my APK for 20.1. It goes through and does a scan.
Yep.
Look at here. Oh, I'm going to stay off the YouTube blogs. You know, I'm not on here. There's a few things that timed out,
Wow.
but this is a good
Mhm.
thing. So yeah, so when people are not sure, it does a scan using all the different.
Yeah.
It's using. I see. What's it? Kaspersky.
Yeah. Kaspersky.
Yeah, that one. Malware
Yeah.
bytes, Bitdefender. It's using
ESET, and yeah.
all your different big things where it's going to go stand. So yeah, so if you want to do a URL, a file, or even doing some searches, so keeping yourself safe. And this goes back. Does this go back to protect your neck?
Protect your neck. You know, I'm always thinking of you guys.
No. So protecting your virus
Thinking of
total.
everyone.
All right, and then your other site here, Free Inter TV.
The other one, Free Inter TV. I don't know if we've done this one once before, but you know I see a lot, you know, on the in Telegram of a lot of people like, oh, I need to watch this. Like, you know, I wish I could get it, you know, because some of these people are in places that you know that they can't get it. So here goes another site. You can use Free Inter TV. Has quite a few channels in there. It's nothing like you know the other IPTV services, but hey, sometimes it might be a game on or something that they need to see. There, you know, stations all over the world. So I thought that would have been, you know, hey, use this if you want.
Okay, so some options for you
Then
guys
go
to
by
take a look
category.
at for looking for certain content. So I think it's definitely worth for folks checking it out. Hey, do we need to run
Yeah.
virus total on this website?
Why not? You want to try it? Do I have the other one open?
Okay, hold on a second. I will. I was just joking, but yeah, I'll try it.
Yeah,
Copy.
why not? Well, we'll give it a try.
Yeah, no big deal. Uh-oh. One says malicious. Got one warning. The rest of them says fine. Got one warning. Security vendor flag for malicious. One of the servers said there was something funky about it. I'm looking to see, how do you tell what's security vendor flag? So that's not necessarily a virus. The
Right.
security flag could be that they're HTTPS, some of those security things
Mhm.
that you authorize,
Yeah.
they could be incorrect.
Right.
So, all right. So got that's two
Right.
good sites to help you find your content and also to keep you safe.
Yep. All right. Okay, so now,
The sites of the week.
all right. Yeah, it's the sites of the week. Um, now for the fights. We
Fights.
have tonight. Yeah. Tonight there's bare knuckle.
No, that's one is tonight.
Yeah. That what?
Is it bare knuckle tonight? I
Friday,
thought that was
April
tomorrow.
21st. Bare knuckle to no bare knuckle tonight. Bare knuckle
Oh shit.
38. Wen versus Strauss.
All right,
Friday,
so
April 21st.
all right,
8 o'clock.
wait, this is so hold on a minute. Oh, I swear I thought this was tomorrow. April 21st, which would be
No.
today,
I
8
have
o'clock.
the yeah.
Holy shit. Oh, wait, that's not the same
I
Ngannou.
don't smoke.
Oh, never mind. This is Injin.
No, that's when. That's when.
Oh,
Right.
never mind.
When.
Yep.
Okay. And we have LFA 157. That's 9 o'clock tonight, I believe. Then we have one fight night tonight at 8. Okay.
And one is usually that one that's
Tomorrow.
at damn early ass in the morning. So this is surprising.
Right,
It's
but
actually gonna be
this
prime
one
time.
is it's no, it's they're replaying it on UFC Fight Pass, I believe.
Okay, so
You
that's
look
what
at
it is.
the site.
Okay. Because
Okay.
usually that's the one that's
Yeah,
on
yeah,
at
they're
10 a.m.
replaying
in
it.
the
But it was
morning.
supposed to be good fights. Yeah. They've been smart doing that, showing them replayed on UFC Fight
Prime.
Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we have UFC tomorrow. UFC Fight Night 223, Palovich versus Blades.
Yeah. Curtis
Okay,
Blades.
that's at 7 o'clock is the main card. 4 o'clock for the prelims.
Bobby Green. He's always a scrapper.
Yeah.
That's kind of glancing through some of the AMC. So that's going to be that's ESPN, brother. Yeah, Fight Night is ESPN.
Fight Night. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ESPN. Okay.
4 o'clock prelims. 7 o'clock main card. Then we have Bellator tomorrow night at main card is at 11 p.m.
Woo.
For Bellator. Yeah.
And so
I know that they have prelims and stuff like that.
So this is going to be one of those Grand Prix where what they've done is Bellator does this.
Yeah.
It's kind of a neat thing. So they'll take, like, let's say 8
is.
fighters, 10 fighters, and they go into a Grand Prix. So these two guys got to fight. These two guys got to fight. These two guys got to fight, and then they move on to the next round to try to get a grand champion And usually it's like $1 million they get or some shit like that. But so this is one of those the interim champ versus the number 2 having to fight.
Mm-hmm.
So wait,
Yeah.
all right. So this is the final. This is the
Well, yeah, and
bantamweight.
maybe are they the? It is a final.
It's the final. I see bantamweight world
Okay.
Grand Prix final.
Yeah.
So take that back. This is all. This is weeded out to the last fight. So yeah. So you
Well,
got
the prelims are at 7:55. Prelims at 8 o'clock.
yeah.
8 o'clock for the prelims. Main card at 11.
Oof, that is late.
So yeah, but normally their main card, they're just doing the main card. I believe. I don't know. No, their last fight is normally late. It's normally late 12, 1 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be a bunch of other fights.
Yeah, because I'm seeing a bunch of fights here.
You're looking at it.
Scrolling through it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It seems like a lot. So yeah, so it's
But the Bellator fights have been pretty good. You know, I do have to give them that.
so all right. So good Bellator going on. So
Yeah,
something
for
to
John McCarthy. Mm-hmm. Something else to watch. That's a lot of watching tomorrow.
one of the things where
Right.
Blamo says antivirus will flag things prematurely. That does happen a lot. So just because your antivirus flags it does not necessarily mean that it is a virus. Sometimes it can just be
Mm-hmm.
it shows certain characteristics. And so a malware will say, hey, that looks like this
You know, it could be
characteristic.
like things that you need to install. You know, and try
We
to
saw
scare
that
you
with
off.
when a lot of add-ons obfuscate, which means hide their code because they're trying to
Mhm.
hide URLs.
Right.
It will Windows or other say, oh, that's a virus. No, so
It's a
yeah, you're
virus.
right, Blamo. Sometimes it will falsely flag things, so you got to take it with a grain of salt, and that's why when you see all of them listed, take a look at what's being listed there. So it's a good point. Good point. Thank you.
Yeah.
So the last thing we have
NBA
is,
and
what NBA? Yep,
the playoffs.
lots of
Yeah.
NBA and NHL.
That is saying NHL. Yeah, playoffs. Rangers, baby.
Yeah, my the kids at my school are all about the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's all I hear. Toronto, Toronto, Toronto.
Oh
And
yeah.
I'm about the Hurricanes. All I do is say I just do it just to piss people off. I'm
Mhm.
like, forget those Maple Leafs. Hurricanes are going. So I just get them all going. So yeah.
Now
Go for it.
I gotta ask, I meant to ask you about that with the maple, because you put up on your TikTok about with the maple syrup thing.
Yeah.
But is it you guys get off a day for that? Are you kidding me?
People take
So what? Everyone
now,
gets
I
off
don't
and
take
they
it
have
off.
to like
No,
that.
I don't take it off. But
Oh,
people take time off
okay.
work to harvest their maple syrup or
Uh-huh.
boil it down. There are people I know that have taken time off of work, and work is okay with them
Is
taking
that
the time off.
person in your house with you right now?
No.
Is,
We don't
that
have
person in the house
no
with me?
maple
Oh,
tree,
okay.
no maple trees
Okay.
out here. No maple trees out here.
Okay.
Um,
So wait. So what did they do? They tap the tree
you
and to
tap
get maple syrup out of it.
you tap the tree. So when you tap a tree, and again, I'm learned all this year. So when you tap the tree, it actually looks like water
Uh-huh.
that comes out. Then you have to boil it. It takes
Right.
hours to boil it down. You have to boil out
Hours to
basically
boil
all
it.
the water to get to just the syrup, the
Hmm.
sugarish part. And it
That
becomes a
the
certain
syrup.
temperature.
Okay.
The guy
Right.
that I was at his house when I actually did that TikTok video, I was at his house. He was boiling it. You saw
Hmm.
when I panned it to it to
Okay.
boil it. He was
Right.
boiling.
I thought that was at your house. That
No,
you're
no,
tapping this
no.
tree.
I don't have
I'm
any
like, are
maples.
you kidding me?
I don't have any maples, but
Okay.
he does it right here in his yard. He only had like a few trees, but there are
Uh-huh.
people I know that actually have trees, and this is how it goes. So it goes to where some of them will have it as gravity fed. So they have trees and they have lines that run gravity fed, so it drains from the trees, goes
Mhm.
into what they call a syrup house or a boil house or syrup house, something like that.
Uh-huh.
Goes into a one barrel. And then from that barrel, then they
Uh-huh.
boil it down to get all of the water out so that they have just the syrup left. And they do, people
Mhm.
take the time off, and nobody has an issue with I mean, it is weird. It's weird.
With
I mean,
someone taking the time off.
taking the time off
Yeah.
to do it. And it's
So in
serious
other words,
shit.
so do the bears do the bears line up at these houses?
No,
Saying, "Oh, look at all this syrup here for me."
you would think, but it's the weirdest shit. I mean,
Oh,
and
yeah.
how it's fed. That's the people that know what
Uh-huh.
they're doing, and
Gravity fed.
they
What
put
is
it
it? This
in.
one like on a string, right?
No, like piping.
They just
It's
feed
like
it through.
piping.
Oh, it's
So
piping. Oh, it is
yeah,
piping.
so
Oh,
you have
okay.
a barrel or a bucket, and then at the bottom you have a pipe that
Hmm.
runs into another pipe that
Yeah.
all is gravity fed. So it's all, because if not, you like you saw
Right.
when I did the TikTok videos at they were at trees, right? So you
Mm.
either got to take it from the tree,
Yeah.
go pour it into your thing, pour it. Then you got it. So the
Uh-huh.
guy's house that I was at, again, he just had he had 3 trees in his yard, so it's not like some major job. So, but he had buckets
Hmm.
of
Wow.
waterish looking stuff that he boils down. He took the whole weekend boiling off to get the syrup.
Hmm.
It's
Wow.
craziness. And it's until you see it.
Did you get some syrup or
Not yet.
it's
Not
not
yet. I
ready yet?
will. But I will say,
Okay, but you're gonna
um,
get some.
I will, but
Uh-huh.
real maple syrup does not taste like Aunt Jemima's.
Tastes like the other maples. Right, right. I understand
It's
that. I
different.
know that.
It is a
I
different
go to
flavor.
Vermont a lot. You know.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So when you try
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
maple syrup, and I didn't have it till I got here, and I was like,
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
flavor
Oh no,
is
you
not
haven't?
the same. I had never had
Yeah,
it.
it's completely
I
different.
was a poor
Hmm.
man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'd always had Aunt Jemima or store brand. We didn't even have Aunt Jemima most of the
Uh-huh.
time. We had store brand. So I had it, and I was like, the
Uh-huh.
flavor was just. It took me a few
Hmm.
bites to be like, okay, because it
To,
was
to get,
different,
yeah.
but
Hmm.
good. It was
Yeah.
good. But
Hmm.
people that is seriously that they do it here. And thanks for reminding. We only have 44 people, and most of you guys are probably following my TikTok. I've been doing, you're in Canada win videos on TikTok. Just playing, having fun.
Yeah.
It is fun videos. It's not being that serious. It's things that I notice that
No.
being an American in Canada, I see things differently. And so I see things. Today
Mm.
was ketchup potato chips. And that is it's the biggest video I've done so far. I got like 6,000 views on that one video so
Oh.
far that I posted today because
Okay.
ketchup potato chips. I had them. But there's
Hmm.
a lot of people here that love them. Not everybody. A lot of people love them now.
Hmm.
Look at Mandy said she can give me a whole list. Mandy, set me up. I
Didn't you?
got a
But
list.
didn't you sell
I'm
them?
working. Huh?
But didn't you sell ketchup potato chips here in the States
No.
at your supermarket?
Nope. No, I
No,
never
they didn't have
saw.
them. Okay.
They had Ruffles
All right.
had a limited time
No, because they
all
have them
dressed.
here.
I saw all dressed back
Okay.
home, but it was like one of those
Yeah, we
in
still
for
have
a
old
month and gone.
dress there now.
So all dressed
Hmm.
and the
No,
cucumber.
old dress I could still get here from Ruffles.
Yeah, you can do it.
They
So
have the dill pickles. It's like gross.
oh, I'm telling you, I'll have to. You guys check my. I think I posted on Twitter. If not, hit me on Telegram. I posted in there, but my video on ketchup potato chips. But I'm gonna do
Okay.
a taste test. I'm gonna do a taste testing and a tasting as I'm eating it and telling you what people I thought because it's different. But I did one about maple syrup. I've done one
Hmm.
on Pupper's beer. So anybody that's a Letter Kenny fan, if you're a Letter Kenny fan,
Hmm.
Pupper's beer. I did that. I did the color of money. I did a TikTok on the color of money, French being French on every can or bottle or anything you buy. So I think my TikTok video. Hold on, let me.
Crazy Canuck is asking what the TikTok. He wants to know what your TikTok name is.
Oh, I did one. Yes, Nookie, I did one on milk bags of milk. I did do that.
No, yeah.
Hold on.
You know I was crying.
It's fun. All right, so let's see. So it is the butcher in Canada. Oh shit! What did I do? I'm all up. Hold on. The butcher in Canada. That is my TikTok. So the butcher in Canada is my TikTok name. 6,028 video of views just on that catch-up videos. It's fun. It's fun. It's nothing serious. It's just it is a good yeah, so it is. I did one on milk. Let's see, I'm looking through there. I did about the sand on the streets. So different things. I've got a whole list, but I'm trying not to do all of them at once. I try to do like one a day or one every other day. I don't want to. I'm trying to have enough content to last for a while, but it's all for fun. You folks in the U.S., TikTok is that thing that most of your government is banning. All right, Blamo, take care. I'm getting ready to go.
Mandy, you're right. Okay.
Yep.
Mandy, you're right. I still haven't recovered from bag milk because anytime I hear of it, I start going off. I just can't get past it. Can't get past it.
It's weird, but yeah, it's different. It's different. So, all right. So the other thing I'll mention on here is we're at show 199, and we're gonna try to see about show 200. I'm gonna shake the bushes and try to see who I can get to come on the show for episode 200. Hopefully next week we have that. But I want to try to have Alban talked about having some fun people on here, so having some maybe get Andrew on here, maybe Mandy, get all kinds of people to jump on for a while and just kind of have a free-for-all show. It'd be great to have some of my old friends. I'll try to hit up some of my NAN friends, so noobs and nerds folks. I'm gonna try to hit up them, maybe hit up Mid and all of our people, because this is show 200. It'll be show 200 next. Been doing this for a while, so it's fun to have some reflecting back. I think it'd be a good idea. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't. To be honest,
you know how I think it'll definitely reflect.
Yeah. He won't come on. He won't.
Okay.
Husham won't come on. I'll ask him.
You know what I think that would.
He won't talk to me.
He
hasn't talked to me in a while. Yeah, Mandy talked to Dicko. Oh, Solo Man. Well, see, Solo Man, him and I were friends. You know who I would like to have on the show? I would like to have Joe.
Oh.
I'd like to have Joe on the show. What was it? Joe Nobody. Because to be honest,
okay.
I was on Husham's show, and Husham was doing things that I was like, we had so many viewers and so many people watching us, and he was the only one doing these talk shows. And I'm like, this is what you should be doing with all these people, to inform people and to try to educate people and try to let people know. And to me, he was going in a direction that I didn't like. And we had Target on there. There was all kinds of shit that was going on that I didn't like. And I remember talking with Joe Nobody off air. We were just like in the hangouts, and we were bullshitting. And I said, Joe, I really want to do a different type of show. I said, I don't care if I have 10 viewers. I don't care if it's 5 viewers. I don't care. I just want to try to educate people and show people a different way and show people another side of things. And Joe says, you know what? Who cares if you're making money on it? Who cares how many viewers you're doing? He goes, you do the things that you want to do because you want to do it. And I was like, but who would watch it? He goes, who cares how many people watch? He goes, would you watch it? I'm like, well, yeah, but that's what I want to do. And he goes, then do it. And he actually encouraged me. And that was when I did a couple pilot things, did the butcher behind the scenes, and I tried the round table. I tried a lot of different ideas, and then Andrew and I got together and we came up with Cody Matters, and I kind of went with that. So I might have to. I don't know if I could get up with him. I don't know if I could find him, but he would be one. Demi was another one that was an encourager of mine. So I see the beach. He was another encourager of me. Hey, doing your thing. Do your thing. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Maybe I can try to get some people to jump on here and to reminisce about all that stuff and talk about the old days and the fun and how many of them are all fucking gone and I'm the only one left. The old damn dumbass redneck still hanging in here.
Even your wife won't even come on no more.
I know. That's because she got me here. She don't need to watch. She's like, she got me here. She's
Yeah, I
like,
know. She
and
don't
also,
need. She don't need
well, to
any
be
of it.
honest, also honest on part of that aspect is that her laptop, which she used to use on a regular basis, is crap. So she'd have to sit beside me.
Well, it can't be. It can't be crappier than mine.
I don't know. Her
Right?
laptop, no lie, her laptop takes like 15 minutes to boot up. 15 minutes to just boot up. It's like, I tried messing with it. I did a factory reset. It was just all kinds of problems. So hey, let's go out of here. Let's get out of here. We'll see what we can wrap up for next weekend. So show 200. I'm gonna do our best to try to grab some people and to have a fun time and just bullshit and have a good time. What anything you got for us all before we go out of here, because we are at 2 hours.
No, I just want to thank everyone for coming out. It's good to see a lot of people out there. And thank you, as always.
Yeah. Thanks again. I want to thank Alban for all that he does on this show prior. I used to do so much groundwork. Now I'm a lazy fuck, and I'll be the first to admit it. Alban does so much work to get things ready to say, all right, Dabs, you can just run with it. So I give major heart out to my man that it pulls shit together. That's honest truth.
Hey, as long as I don't have to talk.
I got no problem with that part. So hey, we're gonna go. You guys
I
watch,
know you don't.
watch the stuff that's going on. We got all the stuff going on. If you got an Oculus, join our group. So because streaming matters to us, because streaming matters to you.